just 29%, and nothing achieved for Democratic priorities. This comes as our brand new CNN poll this morning shows that the Democratic Party's favorability is at an all-time low in this CNN poll. It's just 29% approval. That's a 20-point drop since 2021. Joining us now is a Congresswoman from Texas. Congresswoman, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you squeezing us in before you go to church.
Jasmine Crockett, before she goes to church. I don't want to go to the church she go to. They probably preaching nothing but lies and lies and lies. Let's hear what Jasmine Crockett has to say, a.k.a. Jasmine Ratchet.
This has been a rough 72 hours for Democrats. I want to play some of what Democratic Senate Leader Schumer told me on The Lead on Friday about his decision to vote with the Republicans to fund the government. Take a listen.
A government shutdown gives Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Doge almost complete power as to what to close down because they can decide what is an essential service. If they determine that SNAP, kids shouldn't get food, is not essential, they can just cut it out summarily. They could fire half the workers in the federal government. It would have been a far worse consequence.
So he's saying that the path that House Democrats wanted would have presented a worse consequence. Is he wrong?
He's absolutely wrong. I mean, look at the reality of the votes, right? I understand that the American people are frustrated. Please believe many of us did not sleep because we were calling and trying to impress upon the senators the importance of pushing back in this moment. And as you saw, we had all but one Democrat in the House that voted for this. So that's 212 Democrats in the House. And then you had the vast majority of senators vote for it or vote against it as well. And so the idea that Chuck Schumer is the only one that's got a brain in the room and the only one that can think through all of the pros and cons is absolutely ridiculous. And Jake, you and I both know that this administration could care less about whether or not they violate the law. We know that we've had to rely heavily upon the courts. And I want to say, as you're talking about the polling on my party, I want to say that it is the Democratic attorney generals and some governors that are standing up against this administration and bringing those lawsuits and winning every single time. They are losing in court. Could we do a better job of making it?
This has nothing to do with anything. This has nothing to do with their bad approval rating. If you follow what she's saying, and I'm going to let her finish, she has not once addressed why that their approval rating has dropped. She's just doing a bunch of blaming. Anybody that's a parent right now, this sounds like two of your children just going at each other and not talking about the real substantial thing that makes sense, right? Like, why is it so low? What's the problem with you? You're throwing out all these things, attorneys and Trump and Schumer. What's the real problem here? Okay, let me let her finish, right?
Making sure that the American people know that we are winning in the courts. We probably could.
Who cares?
But at the end of the day, it's
and
still
you're not
Democrats
necessarily you're not winning everything in the courts. And why do you need to feel like you need the courts to fight against Trump instead of just having a message for the American people? This right here is about why you guys have a bad approval rating with the American people. Why are you talking about court cases? You're just talking about fighting against Donald Trump. That's I want to make sure I'm following this right.
That are winning for the American people.
Some progressive groups are calling for new leadership in the Senate for Democrats. Even House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, your leader, he was asked if
Timu Obama.
He supports Schumer as leader of the Senate Democrats, and he said, next question. Do you think Senate Democrats should replace Chuck Schumer?
I think Senate Democrats have to sit down and take a look and decide whether or not Chuck Schumer is the one to lead in this moment.
You're close with Congress.
She said in another interview that it was too far out for her to say that, and she was going to wait until, I guess, like 2028. She was going to wait until like 2026 to even talk about it. But now she's starting to talk about it. Interesting how Democrats change their minds. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen to a little bit more of this before I give y'all my thoughts.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York. Some of your fellow House Democrats say, and not just progressives, by the way, we've heard that moderates have said this too, that they're ready to support her to challenge Chuck Schumer in a Democratic primary. Would you get behind that?
That's 4 years from now.
Okay.
If you were asking me at least in 2 years, then I would have an absolute answer. But I can tell you that there are a lot of people that are watching his leadership in this moment. This is the moment. We don't even know what elections will look like in 4 years.
Oh, this is the same one. Yeah, this is a clip. Oh my gosh, here she goes with what elections aren't going to be.
Have elections, and so we don't even know what elections will look like in 4 years if we will have elections. And so I definitely think that younger, fresher leadership may be something that many of us, not just depending on what part of the spectrum you're on, but many Americans may be looking for, especially in the state of New York.
Listen, man, this party is so weak, all right? Like, let's just get to it. All right, I've heard enough, right? So this was actually a part of the clip that I reacted to. This is the full clip. She didn't answer the question, okay? The approval rating has dropped 20 points, okay? That screams trouble. But they don't want to look internally and say, okay, guys, what is our problem? No. They don't want to take November 5th as a smacking, a butt whooping, and say, what did we do wrong? They're saying, no. What is wrong with you guys? What is wrong with the American people? What is wrong with the American middle class that they don't understand the ultra-left agenda? What is your guys' problem that you don't want to talk about these 10 and 20% issues that, you know, we want to cater to specific groups of people, right? We don't want to offend people. We want to just go ahead and cater to specific groups of people. That's what this party is about, right? And I think Van Jones actually said it right, which is crazy that I'm actually agreeing with Mr. Van Jones. And Van Jones said that this was the party of trying to defend people while also offending people. Just interesting.
Sensational.
Listen, Jasmine Crockett is one of the main reasons why, is one of the reasons why this approval rating is dropping more and more. AOC is going to be a huge reason why this thing continues to fall down. The Democrat Party secretly, I believe, is trying to prop up Jasmine Crockett and AOC because, again, they may want a woman in power, and these two women are not it.
You are watching a master at work.
Putting these two at the top of the ticket or anywhere in the conversation for a presidential race is going to spell disaster. I think these two women want to step up because there's a void to be filled, and these are not the leaders that you want. These are not the leaders that you want. Listen, you guys, if I want to give you any advice, Democrats, which I don't want to give you advice, the one thing I would tell you is keep Jasmine Crockett off of the mic. She is a walking contradiction, and she is not built to be your leader or to deliver your message. She's horrible. She's ratchet. She shows exactly what people will not vote for. There's no way that people will vote for her en masse on a national stage. It's not. Jasmine Crockett is horrible. She's ghetto. She's fake. The Democrat Party is in trouble. And for, let's just say 9 years, they focused their message on one man of Donald Trump. And you know what? I will even say at one point they were successful because it was brand new. Everyone was falling for the okie doke. Trump derangement syndrome was at an all-time high, right?
Sensational.
And then what happened was Trump decided to deliver results. And then you were starting to look and say, that's not making sense. And some people that had Trump derangement syndrome, even myself, I was not a Trump fan. I wasn't really into politics like that. I was like, man, this guy is just on a whole nother level. Once I started to pay attention and see what he was actually doing, listen to the speeches that he was actually doing, instead of listening to the media throw out all this propaganda and lies, I said, that's not what he said. That's not what he did. These are the results that he actually, delivered on. So I can't dispute facts. But if you watch things like CNN, They will twist the facts. Democrats are becoming the party of lies and the party of hate. That's a very unpopular stance to be in right now. Just saying. It's very unpopular to be in those two, to represent those two. They hate Donald Trump and even hate his voters. They're starting to become an anti-American party. Think about the things that they want to represent. They're okay with open borders. They're okay with men playing in women's sports, right? They're okay with wars. Jasmine Crockett herself was on a podcast. Was it on the Breakfast Club, aka the Leftist Club, and said that she's rooting for Canada in Ukraine. These people are against America, a party of hate. This is why they're losing. Last point I want to make on this is why you're starting to see Michelle Obama and Gavin Newsom trying to create these podcast channels so that they can start to look somewhat normal and centrist. I don't think it's going to work. Is it a good idea? It might be. It's different than what these Democrats are doing now, calling everyone racist and misogynist. That's not what these people are. But the reason why I laugh at this and the reason why I smile so much through this video is because I've gotten a lot of hate for voting for Trump and rocking with Trump. And now you're starting to see Trump's approval rating go up and the Democrats are coming down. It's a reversal. It's a reversal. The Democrats were on a rise at one point and Trump was almost nowhere to be found in the political arena. Remember, he was losing to DeSantis. He had a pretty bad run, and then he turned himself around. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Isn't that what they say in the Bible? Hey, I guess that doesn't apply to Trump either. But listen, that's all I got to say on this video. Jasmine Crockett, I'm on your head because these subscribers on my channel like Jasmine Crockett. So I want to go ahead and continue to bring her to the forefront because this is going to be an easy target, like I said before. This lady is horrible. She's literally a walking contradiction. But the content makes itself, Let me make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I also do weekly live streams. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can join those live streams. I love seeing you guys over there. I'm out of here, man. Switch my camera back. I'm out of here. I'm about to get... That was not the buttons I was supposed to press. But anyways, it looked cool anyway. Like I say after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work 2 times. See ya.